Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to a quick session here at Rindle's Computer Service. I was just happened to be going through my emails earlier and had some viewer. I had some questions about so gladly take some time to answer those questions. And okay, first one is how come you're not making as many videos as you did a few months ago? That's actually a spectacular question. Now is my most busy time of the year with my other job. As some of you know, I'm a what I've done being a freelance consultant, doing computer jobs or computer repair, or on the road traveling, working, doing that sort of work. I have a secondary job that I go to during the daytime. Some of you know I work for a church, and basically what I do there is I'm a buildings and grounds. No, I'm not the director. I'm just buildings and grounds. It's more of a general term. And what buildings and grounds stand for is maintenance in the building and maintenance on the grounds. Like maintenance in the building is like changing the light bulbs, doing small minor repairs, touching up or painting walls, uh, repairing various items. Like let's say, I don't know, you break the doorknob off of a door, try to repair it the best you can. If you can't repair that existing knob, then you just take it out and put a different one in. Or if somebody plugs the toilet up, then you take your snake and just go down and yeah, it is what it is. I'm not going to complain. I'm just happy to have a job or several various jobs a week. Besides, it's even though most people don't appreciate you for doing work like that, but deep down, you get satisfaction out of fixing stuff and doing small stuff that nobody even realizes what you do. And then if you're involved with insurance companies and fire inspections, I'm the I'm also the safety coordinator for the organization I work for. Am I an effective safety coordinator? I would have to say on a scale of being a hillbilly safety coordinator and a OSHA nut, I would have to say I'm more of an OSHA nut when it comes to safety. I take anybody or insurance company recommendation very seriously, and I take fire inspection very seriously. But the only thing that crosses the line is when you get asinine requests like a fire extinguisher every 5 feet, like one at an entrance, one at the bottom of the stairs, one at the top of the stairs, one in midway of the stairwell. You know how expensive those darn extinguishers are? Some of them are about $267 a piece. And I'm not talking kiddo ones from Walmart or Home Depot or Lowe's or Menards. These are from the extinguishers at the organization that I work for. They buy them from a rep or a sales rep out of Sheboygan area. I think that's Sheboygan. And those are about $267 a piece. but those are good for A, B, and C fires. And on top of that, your rep, if you got any questions about, or if you're looking for certain, if you want certain knowledge about certain ones, your sales rep could pretty much tell you just about anything you ever wanted to know about a fire extinguisher, or steer you in the right direction of what kind of extinguisher to buy for what application or what area that you intend on keeping it in. When you go to a retail store, usually, this isn't very nice what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Usually, a lot of the young pimps that work at Walmart and that, you ask them, what's the difference between this, the fire extinguisher, and the difference between that? And they just sit there and go, I don't really know. Okay, not everybody that works in the hardware department at Walmart, Menards, or Lowe's is that completely pathetically, asinitely incapable of telling you the difference between extinguishers. But when you got millennials that either sit and do paraphernalia, I'm not going to get any further than that, and they walk around with their mouths wide open and their eyes all bloodshot red. Obviously, they're not going to be able to tell you what the difference between like a dry chemical extinguisher or or extinguisher that's meant for the kitchen or extinguisher that's meant for general or for electrical fires or just general purpose. Let alone they might not even know the difference between the brands of smoke alarm or the difference between a smoke alarm or a carbon monoxide or alarm. They may not even know what either one is. So I find it's just better to work with sales reps that take time out of their busy day to answer any questions you have with the best of their ability. And if they don't know something, a lot of times what they do is they kind of go back to their superiors, and then they call you at a later time saying, okay, I talked to my superior or engineer at the company, and so told me that this product you can also use for this application. And so it's sure you spend more money, but sometimes you're more reassured when you get somebody that has more knowledge on that kind of stuff. It's like if you go to a retail store looking for like a jug of wax or something, and they had two different brands there, and you ask the person stocking the shelves, what's the difference between this? And they're like, oh, I don't know. I just stock the shelves. I don't know, and I don't care. That seems to be the mentality a lot of times when I go places. So, but when I work with the sales rep or the representative that bringing the product out, or if I'm talking to somebody over the phone or online from the company when placing the order, I appreciate it when you can get the answers you need, and usually that's how if I'm choosing products for the organization that I work for, I usually I tend to buy stuff that they speak very highly of. I don't. The only things, a few items I bought that I'm not impressed with is one of those new modern microfiber mops. Honestly, when it comes to waxing floors, I wish that they still made those string mops. I'm not talking the traditional coarse This is a specialty wax head that was designed for putting wax applications down on asphalt floors and or vinyl composite and stuff like that. But okay, I'm getting way off tangent here. That specific subject I could go on for hours on the ins and outs and that. But if somebody wants a video on that specifically, I will take time out of my day to make a live stream just specifically about maintenance work and stuff like that. But I don't want to bore too many people here because a lot of people. I want to get to everybody's questions. Okay, second one. Why do you do live streams rather than just get your regular video cameras out or your old antique ones or get a capture card and do it that way? I would actually like to get a capture card for one, so I can actually use my old cameras and then record it into the computer. But the way that my internet's been working recently and how my ISP band or throttle the speed back and forth, I'm just happy that I can get a live stream out with not too many glitches. And second, sometimes when you're on the road all the time or you're busy working 8-hour days and then you come here in the evening catch up on stuff that you didn't have time for during the daytime. Sometimes to be honest, I don't really have time to sit and edit videos, and I'll be honest, I really don't like editing videos. If I could afford to pay somebody to do it, I would hire somebody to sit and render videos and edit them and put them on YouTube for me. I'd make the videos. I'd film. But I just think the live stream is easier, in my opinion. Is the high quality, is it in high quality resolution like 4K? No. Is it in 1080 pixel? It's not even close to that. It's probably either in 240 pixels or 360 if you're even lucky. You know, the sound quality there. It's not 100% perfect, but who am I to complain? I'm just glad that it works. And that every time I do this, that it works flawlessly. And if there's no drama or no chaos of any kind while doing. So, no, I can't really complain about it. Okay, another question similar to how come you don't do fancy effects or wild, crazy music and all these big effects like you see like in PowerPoints where stuff bounces or blows in your face or I'm not just to be honest, I'm not really into making something that it isn't. And to clarify that, there's YouTube channels I watch like UXW Bill, US Life, Carolina Circle Mall. Well, what's his face from uh, out east? I think the guy is Bishop PC World or something like that. Those guys, when they make their videos and that, they don't do goofy, stupid stuff where they got all these big fancy effects and cheesy music, and I'm not into that. I sure sometimes I get goofy on camera and have a little fun, crack a joke or two, but that's about it. It's just I watch other people's videos online where they put all that stupid, cheesy music and cheesy flames and stuff like that. It's just, to be honest, it turns me off. I make videos the way I want to watch them, but not everybody likes it like that. But teach their own. If you don't like it, that's okay. It doesn't hurt my feelings. Okay, that question's answered. Third question. Why do you hate HP computers so much? I wouldn't say hate. Hate is such a strong word. The more, the way that I would put it is I just dislike some of HP's engineering and intuitive designs behind some of their computers. Do I hate all HPs? No. Like I said, hate is such a strong word. It's just, I don't even want to use that word. But all the newer stuff that they're releasing, I would not waste money on. There's a few small form factor PCs that are still decent, like the 6 HP Compact Pro 6200 or the Elite 83s or Elite 82s. But what you got to keep in retrospect here is a lot of those computers don't mismatch memory. Don't put hardware that's not compatible with it. Don't overdo the computer. And what I mean by that is putting hardware in that's not going to talk with it, or hardware that's going to do, or that's beyond a computer's capability, or abusing the computers and that. And if you do memory upgrades, do your research. Make sure that it's actually compatible with your computer. Don't do it like some people where they buy the wrong kind of memory, like a DDR4 memory, and try to put on a DDR3 system or a DDR2 system. I ran into people that have tried to do that, and it didn't go so well for them. Not only did it damage their computer, but they pretty much killed it. And basically, all it did was, after a while of them using it like that, they used it as a server. From my understanding, and the reason I say that they use it as a server was they had multiple RAID drives in the system, so that was kind of cool. But as far as like the specs, I believe it also was an Intel, wasn't a Core i7 or a Core i5. It was the Xeon or Xelio, or so basically there's different ways about going about it. But honestly, if you're gonna buy a business machine in this day and age, either the Lenovo ThinkCentre, Centra, or um, well, how do you put that? Dell, even Dell Optiplexes are decent computers. They've been making them for 20 plus years. And that, well, I shouldn't put it like that, but it just seems like Dells are more reliable than the HPs are. But we'll wait and see what happens. So enough about that question. We're going to go into the third one. This is kind of, I'm not sure how to quite quote this question, but it says, would you ever consider giving up doing computers? No, I don't. I don't think I want to give it up completely. Well, one is it's a good job. It's fun to sit and troubleshoot that stuff. It's fun to tinker on computers and old TVs or cameras or video cameras and that stuff is well, that bottle of chemical is actually for a job site. It's not meant for here in the office. I needed a place to put it so it wouldn't freeze. But that's okay. I think we pretty much. All right, let's see what else we got here. So basically, what they're trying to quote is, when are you going to hire guests on your show? And the thing is, if you're going to be getting a roommate or getting a flower in, or wait, what the heck am I even talking about now? I apologize. I kind of had a bit of a brain tease, as they call them. So I'm going to come back to the question when I'm more cool and more reconcile. Okay, scroll to the next one. Okay, personally, I have to say I'd stick with the Craftsman. You know, they're not most cost efficient at the time, but the more you use them and work with them, they're decent little tractors. But personally, I think that well, it is what it is as far as that question goes. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Why are you into American cars? Well, simple. It doesn't get any simpler than this. American made is the only way to go. So let's see what else we have here. Let's see what else was I going to talk about. Okay, another great starting place would be okay, how am I going to quote this question here? Okay. So this question basically states here, have you ever considered the possibility of fluffing off and waiting for other people to do your work so you can collect your money? And no, it's first of all, I don't care for the term fluffing off. I think it's kind of repulsive. and to use it in that context. To be honest, this is going to be brutal, but you got to be honest. Okay, oh, come on, I got to think here for a second. How does that go? Okay, so I'm the kind of guy that would rather go out and work for a living than to ride a power sander. Okay, so there's no further questions on regards to that. Okay, so I think we pretty much came to the end of the question list. You know that can't fit, I don't have an answer for. It'll probably be in a later vlog somewhere, but it is what it is. Take care, everybody, and we will see you very soon. And sometime at the end of the week, we'll do a review on this Asus V176L monitor. So, God bless everybody. Take care, and we'll see you soon.